Hello, everyone. So we're going to try and create like a memory box or a concentration. You can see have a big one started here, but I'll show you how to do it. It's relatively easy. Uh, Start with a table, and you can customize the table any size you want. And you certainly want to make sure the cells are square. Um, Most of us grab just a couple of numbers and toss them in there. You'll see these squares are not, these pieces are not square. So we want to adjust the size and make them square. And now it's going off the side, off the edge of my paper here. So I'm going to just make it a little smaller while I'm building it until I'm done. You'll notice that when I drag it, I could drag up and down, left and right, but it's actually going at an angle because it's keeping the square shape. All right, now that I have this, I'm going to make a copy. I'm just going to, when you circle everything, you click here and copy or press Control C and paste or Control V, make a copy, right? So normally when you have several things together, you want to group them, but this is a table, so it is considered one thing. So now we have two tables that are exactly the same, and I could hide one behind the other, which I'm going to do later. But right now, one is my inside and one is my outside. I'm going to take this table and I'm going to add table shades. The shades are nice because I can open and close one little square. So this is my covering on the top, and this is going to be my answers or what's hidden behind. So I just want to add in there text or anything like that. Now a 36-point text right now is pretty big. Shrink it a little bit and just click on a cell and write some text and do the same on this one. Now look, I click on this one, it's a 36, so maybe I should select all of them. Change it to 14. So there. Now everything, when I type in them, it will all be the same size. Oops. Now, see, I accidentally messed up and went off. So I can shrink that a little bit and move it and see. Boom. But of course, this is a 14 and this is a 12.2, so I won't change it to 14. And of course, this is a matching game, so I'm going to have to match things. And again, I messed it up. Just move it right on in there. Change it back to 14. So let me fill this out and I'll be right back. So I filled everything in, but I see my incorrect here is not going to work. So I'm just going to change everything to a slightly smaller size. Right, so I have my boxes all set up. I'm going to change this to correct so it works. Now, on this box, it's important, you want to do it before you start messing with stuff. The fill effects, you're going to make it transparent. It doesn't look like it's done anything, but what it has done is taken this white part behind here and making that see-through. So now, when I take this and put it over on top of this one, hide it behind there. Okay, if it's on top, you may want to send it backwards. Right now, there's two things: there's a forward and a backward. So it's behind there now, and because those are transparent, I can see right through them. So when I take the shade off, I can find them. So now it's a nice matching. Right, correct, wrong, wall, row. So now I can open and close them until I have matches all the way through. And anything else after that, I can do is fine. So I have two things here. But if I grab them, really hard to separate now because they're really hidden behind each other. But if I want to change the writing there, I'm actually going to have to send these and move them around. See how that worked? So I will put it here, so if I just try and select outside of it, I end up moving both things. If I select just start from the squares inside, I can drag those squares around. So now I have my squares with the invisible backgrounds and the squares back here, and then I can adjust the squares. And then move them back on. There you go. And if I want to make it bigger, then I've got to grab each square at a time and make it bigger. And then move it behind. You can see they're slightly off size there. Just make it bigger. And just right off. And if I wanted to, I could add a border. I could add a border around here by grabbing a line and just drawing my line on the outside. To draw a line, you can move it. You can move it, can move it. It doesn't want to move, but you can move it right on top. And once I've drawn lines, this is why you can't move. You got to make sure you click this button. Now I have four things actually, 5 things. So I'm going to group them together so that when I move these things, they kind of move together. And you'll find they don't really like to move together all the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. See my border is kind of separate from the boxes. There's no way to really put them together. So, but that's the basics of making a memory. Have fun.